Hello, my friends. Today I've been near Parliament. Now you can see it's a Thames here. One more day without my son. I could spend this evening with my son. Today I won't try to repeat what I told yesterday. By some reason there was no sound on my broadcast. I hope there is enough sound now. It's absolutely shocking, disgusting submission of a so-called social worker, BC Aturu. My friends, you know that I'm supposed to go to prison because I named social worker and I do not accept that my son stays in the foster care. That's enough for a Medway Council to ask to put me to prison. Okay. I have to tell truth what they do to my son, what social worker does to my son. I have no clue why Judge Karat so blindly supported her. He advised me not to continue with my supporters. I will not give in. I will not surrender my son. Now look on evidence. Let me quote. Not easy. It's a submission of a social worker. Just listen. It's so shocking. Miss Aturu accepts that it is a difficult balancing exercise when considering my son's age and his broad wish to have more contacts with his father. However, she feels that because of my son's experiences, intense loyalty to his father and behavior responses strategies that lead him to be compliant relating to issues around his father, he has difficulties in being able or willing to say, talk or highlight anything negative about Mr. Lukjanenko. In addition to which issues of concern have continued to be raised during contacts since the conclusion of the proceedings in 2015, all of which leaves local authority to conclude that at this point increased contact would not be in my son's best interests. Could you hear how awful and disgusting what is written? This so-called social worker, she confirms that my son is loyal to me. He wants to see me more. And because that he is loyal to me, she doesn't want to grant him more contacts because he never speaks negatively about his death. Can you imagine what amount of cruelty is it here? BC Aturu thinks she is invincible because she relies upon all power of Medway Council. I don't know whom she relies upon. But I have to tell you, BC, this is quite disgusting what you wrote. And I will name and shame everybody who make damage to my son. I will name and shame them till I am alive. So you can go ahead with your application to prison. I wish you all luck about it. So now these people, they try to put me in prison just for the fact that they do not accept that my son is in a foster care. They absolutely forgot this is UK. It is not in some communist regime. So, asked for a weekly contact with my son, did not succeed. You see your son 4 times a year. They disgustingly breaking all links in between and my son. Maybe that's what they're doing all the time. So my fault is, my guilt is that I not accept that my son stay in the foster care. That's my guilt. I have to accept it and see him some distant relatives 4 times a year. I'm not accepting that. I will go to most extreme actions, but I will not accept my son will spend his best years in a foster care because some social worker thinks like that, or some even manager thinks like that. It was good, and Dominia, to spend taxpayers' money, to put paid advert in a Guardian. So no one is able to criticize you. My God, yeah. If you criticize, parents criticize you, just go straight to prison, isn't it? That's your place. You know, my friends, they just behave absolutely out of any control. They really seriously think that they can do with me and with my son whatever they want, as if it's their property. I mean, it's so disgusting. In 19th century, people could be sold and bought in my country. Children could be given like presents. So perhaps midway some workers of children's services think that they can do whatever they want with my son. This amount of brainwash is absolutely unprecedented. So I will turn later to the judgment of one of most senior judges in the country. So he made the judgment and he said, don't talk about the judgment, don't talk about that, because they want to keep my son in care. They want to put his father to prison, and they want that no one will know about it. Fair enough. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. And I wish them all my luck to drag to prison father, which guilt is only that he wants to see his son more. Disgusting. What else she wrote here? So difficult even to discuss it. I have to check whether I have voice in this. I mean, if my voice is being heard now, if I'm heard now. Because last time, by some reason, there was no voice heard. Again, I will try to read this. Miss Aturu accepts that it is difficult balancing exercise when considering my son's age, who is 13, and his broad wish to have more contact with his father. However, she feels that because of his experiences, what experiences? Probably I was a good father, that he doesn't want to talk bad about me, isn't it, Mrs. Aturu? Do you have your own kids, or you will never have them? Okay, intense loyalty to his father. It's something not normal that child has a loyalty to his parent. It's not normal, Miss Aturu. You would like he will say all bad things about me. Don't you see how sickening you are? Yeah? So go to the judge and ask him to put me to prison. What is the upper scale of a punishment? 2 years? No more? Really? Intense loyalty to his father and behavioral responses strategies which lead him to be compliant. He hardly see me, my poor son, relating to issues around his father. You trying to brainwash him, trying. At that moment, it was in May, still did not succeed. Even solicitor of a guardian said he is very loyal to me, which is absolutely wrong. So disgusting. I think you are just invincible, okay? Now go to barrister and say to him, okay, one more evidence from Eugene. So your Honor Judge Skarat, that will make you more confidently to put me to prison? Up to 2 years, so how you will talk about, what you will say, my son, that his dad is in the prison? I mean, what do you think about that? Have you ever thought about that? This is evil attitude, absolute evil, but not to worry, I'm not as weak as maybe most of parents, and I will fight you tooth and nail because I want to see my son. So you will have to drag me to the police car because I want to see my son. You have to drag me to prison. If you knew what shame is, then you would be ashamed of yourself, but probably don't know what shame is at all. You forgot it. I am like Untermensch for you. Descendant of a Holocaust survivor. No more, yeah? Disgusting. So 6 times a year, no, they decrease 4 times a year. So if Eugene will misbehave, you won't see your son at all. Cruel, useless people. That's what you call child protection. That's what Anne Dominique can buy advert for taxpayers' money in Guardian. That's what you can do. It's so nice to pay money from taxpayers and advertise how nice Medway Children's Services are. You disabled comments were disabled to this video, definitely. Okay, Guardian happy to get money from you because no one except a few thinks that Medway services deserve any praise. You try to buy image for money which people pay you as a council tax, and me as well. And then you spend this money to try to deceive people how good you are. That's what you are doing. Never mind, there are other videos on YouTube as well, which definitely shows what Medway Children's Services do to me and to other parents. Having said that, I have to be fair, I got some good experiences, but it was time and time ago with some of your workers, definitely. They wanted to help me, but this disgusting attitude, what I meet now, I'm struggling to say who did it, Nazi or communists. I couldn't find who did that, yeah? So what you do now, run to the court and ask judge for more punishment? So how many years want me to be imprisoned? I'm not buying that. I will fill section N 244. I want to discard this injunction. And I will name and shame everybody who damaged my son, regardless who this person is. As I said to you already before, there will be no any cover-up in this matter. Please let my son come home. I will only escalate what I'm doing. So, you can try your best to put me to prison. You don't care about anyone. You don't care about views of other professionals. You don't care. You will just carry on. Disgusting. I had to beg Bola Samuel just to allow my son to see his dad on birthday. You're cruel, useless, senseless people. You just torture my son. No reaction from you? No shame, no reaction, no? Nothing? Get blue in the face. Never mind. I will try my best that you will understand and let my child come home. Sorry, some children came playing.
Moving this thing so I won't sit on.
You want to move? Okay, sorry, there is a child here. It's okay, no worry. I can move. Right, so I wonder whether this broadcast will have sound because last time it disappeared actually. You know, I've been in the parliament. In the parliament and there were quite a few people who saw it. ITV came and I gave my leaflets to ITV. So I will not leave anyone in peace till my son come back home. Ooh, it's such a... Eugene, you don't understand best interest of your child. Best interest of your child is that he will stay in a foster care and see his father 4 times a year in some prison-like room. And you will not even allow your son to see judgment why he's in the care. Yeah? I will always find a way to pass him judgment. I always find this way. Just be sure about it. So you try to antagonize my son against me. That's what you're trying to do. Is it what is the children's services? Are you, Your Honor, Judge Karat, are you really think this is the best possible way for this conflict? I mean, where is your judgment? I'm just trying to find your judgment. Note of judgment. Such a nice and thoughtful piece of... So now you will be the same judge will be deciding whether to put me to prison or not. And if yes, for how long? Yeah, maybe for a week. Eugene will not change. You can take all my assets, you can take my house, you can take everything. I will not stop to name and shame every person who doesn't let my son come home to his dad. And you will not succeed to be covered by my son as well. If you take me away from YouTube, I will print leaflets. I'll put leaflets to every home. in this area, in my area. So you better stop and cooperate. If you don't want, choice is yours. I want to give a look on your judgment, actually. I'm just going to find it. I'll make a separate broadcast. Okay, but it's still so shocking, I mean. Still so shocking. Because of child is loyal to his father, he's not supposed to see his father. That's what Bisi Aturu does to my son. My friends, thank you for your attention. Just follow me on YouTube, on Twitter. I will not stop till my son come back home. All the best to you.